This story happened 66 million years ago. Back then, huge dinosaurs used to live on every continent. They were the rulers of our planet. Tyrannosaurus became the most dangerous and formidable dinosaur. This cub's name is T-Rex. He dreams of growing up and becoming as strong as his father. But now he is too small, and what he likes to do the most is playing. Father and son go on a walk and hear someone crying in the bushes. The big Tyrannosaurus senses danger and demands that T-Rex keeps up pace with him. Turns out several predatory raptors have captured two herbivorous dinosaurs. T-Rex's father rescues them and is ready to fight the raptors. The Tyrannosaurus says that he is the king of the Green Valley and demands that the intruders get out of there. Hearing such a roar, the raptors retreat and promise to behave themselves. T-Rex also asks his father why he didn't punish the raptors, and he answers that you can't solve every problem with brute force. You should learn to live in harmony with others. T-Rex sees meteorites falling from the sky and makes a wish. He wants his father to always be near and protect him. A new day comes. T-Rex wakes up and hears his father having a conversation with a pterodactyl Ben about something. He stretches cutely and sees a greener lizard in the grass. The little fellow chases after it. However, he can't catch it and eventually falls off a cliff. He sees nests with large eggs near him and sniffs them with curiosity. A giant she-dinosaur with sharp claws appears and chases after T-Rex, concluding that he wanted to steal her eggs. T-Rex's father hurries to his son's rescue and saves him from the enraged mother. The she-dinosaur complains that recently a group of predators attacked her and stole some of her eggs. The Tyrannosaurus realizes they were those very raptors, and he vows to punish them for their bad deeds. Father and son return home, and in the meantime, the pesky raptors chase after another herbivorous dinosaur. They are about to catch it, however, T-Rex's father meets them. He is extremely angry, but this time the raptors are much more daring and laugh at his threats. Meanwhile, T-Rex notices that very lizard and tries to catch it again. He succeeds, but then he hears his father's fierce roar and drops his prey. A fierce fight begins between the giant Tyrannosaurus and the daring raptors. The king of the Green Valley defeats two of his opponents. Only their leader is left, but he is the strongest one. T-Rex rushes to find his father and sees that the raptors are pushing him off a huge cliff. The little fellow cries desperately, and then the predators start chasing after him right away. T-Rex gets rescued by the pterodactyl Ben. He carries him far away from the dangerous place. Thunder begins, and Ben bumps into another pterodactyl. He drops T-Rex and falls to the ground. Our hero regains consciousness and sees a big bright bird. He can't understand where he is and he calls for his father. A predatory raptor shows up near him and T-Rex immediately starts running away. The bird shows the little fellow where he can hide. We learn that her name is Kai. T-Rex realizes that he is very hungry and Kai shows him a fruit tree. But Tyrannosauruses eat meat. The young fellow walks up to a small river and wants to catch a fish for lunch, but he fails. He is even willing to eat the bright mushrooms in the meadow. T-Rex remembers that his father said that these mushrooms are toxic, but he takes a risk and eats one. The little Tyrannosaurus immediately feels sick. He regains consciousness and sees Kai again. The poor thing is very hungry and sniffs, hoping to find some food. T-Rex senses the smell of meat and sees the body of a young dinosaur. Immediately, a giant predatory Carnotaurus enters the scene. The little fellow runs away in fear and hides behind a stone, hoping that the big dinosaur will leave him at least one piece, but that doesn't happen. Soon the red Carnotaurus brings new prey, and T-Rex looks at the fresh meat hopefully. Feeling sorry for the little fellow, the giant dinosaur shares his meal with T-Rex and says that his name is Lucas. The next day, Lucas and T-Rex go hunting. The poor thing doesn't know anything and only ruins everything. Eventually, Lucas chases him off. T-Rex decides to hunt on his own, but soon he returns to Lucas and asks him for food again. The red dinosaur allows him to come to his prey. In the evening, T-Rex tells his new friend that he wants to become strong like father. Lucas promises to help him. On the next day, the red dinosaur starts training T-Rex. He teaches the little fellow how to be fast and agile in order to dodge blows and how to jump on stones to catch his prey. Another challenge for him is to uproot a tree with his tail, but T-Rex fails miserably. In the evening, Lucas teaches the little fellow endurance. They need to go up a very tall mountain. At one point, T-Rex plummets, starts rolling down a slope and miraculously doesn't fall off the precipice. He continues the journey and reaches the summit, falling down from exhaustion. It's his first small victory. As time goes by, T-Rex gets stronger, more agile and resilient. He copes with all of Lucas's challenges. One day, T-Rex hears someone laugh and cry. It's those daring raptors again. They have caught another prey. It's a brachiosaurus cub. The poor thing cries and calls for his mother. T-Rex rushes to the rescue. The raptors laugh hard, seeing such a small opponent. Kai warns Lucas that his friend is in jeopardy. The raptors attack T-Rex and surround him. There is no way that he can survive, but at this moment, giant Lucas shows up and easily throws his opponents in different directions. The scared raptors immediately run away. Lucas commends the little fellow for his bravery and is going to eat the brachiosaurus that T-Rex rescued. T-Rex asks him not to do it. Lucas reminds him that food is food, and it doesn't matter whether it's small or big, and he chases away T-Rex. The main character walks away with the brachiosaurus. This cub's name is Lex, and he is very hungry too. But his situation is way easier, because he is herbivorous, which means that he can eat fruit. T-Rex is in a more dire situation, because he needs meat. Lex says that he is lost and that he needs to find his mother. He needs to follow Polaris to get to her. The enraged raptors want to take revenge on T-Rex. They see him with Lex on a hill and are happy that Lucas is not with them. Our heroes see a group of brachiosauruses. Seems like Lex's mother is among them. But at this moment, the daring raptors show up again. T-Rex and Lex try to escape, however their enemies surround them again. T-Rex distracts the predators, and at this moment, Lex runs towards his mother. The predators catch up with T-Rex and knock him down. The little fellow faints. The predators want to drag him to their burrow, but soon Lucas shows up there. He wants to rescue T-Rex, but the pestering raptors drop huge stones off the cliff. Lucas does all that he can to make sure that those stones don't land on T-Rex. Eventually, the passage is completely blocked. The raptors are very smug, and they are sure that their opponents didn't survive, but they are wrong. T-Rex regains consciousness and sees injured Lucas next to him. The dinosaurs need to get out of there, but their strength alone is not enough to move the huge stones. Lex's voice is heard from behind the cliffs. He has brought with him brachiosauruses to remove the stones and to free our characters. T-Rex thanks his friend for rescuing them and leaves with Lucas. The red dinosaur keeps training T-Rex. He teaches him to fight even those opponents who are much bigger and stronger. It's very challenging. However, T-Rex doesn't give up and keeps training, getting better each time. T-Rex grows up and starts resembling his father. One day, he sees a fight in front of him. A dinosaur looking like Lucas is fighting with a triceratops. The predator wins and wants to bite through the shell of his prey. However, T-Rex comes to them and tries to find out who this dinosaur is. His name is Rowan, and he is from the same tribe as Lucas. Turns out Lucas is the son of the king of the local valley. He was supposed to become a new king, but he refused to ascend the throne for the sake of his younger brother and left the valley. T-Rex takes Rowan to his master. However, Lucas isn't happy at all to see the uninvited guest. Rowan admits that the valley is in trouble. A dinosaur named Crew has usurped the power, and he demands that everyone obeys his regulations. At first, Lucas refuses to go back home, but T-Rex manages to convince him to do it. Early in the morning, our characters embark on a trip. They get surrounded by a group of predatory dinosaurs. The enemies are too many and the chances of defeating them are slim. That very dinosaur named Crew is their leader. He claims that tomorrow he is getting crowned and he challenges Lucas to a duel. The red dinosaur is supposed to lose, otherwise he will never see his brother again. In the evening, Lucas and T-Rex notice that Rowan has left and he hasn't returned yet. They look for their friend everywhere and finally find him. Rowan says that Crew has kidnapped his baby and demands that he does something to prevent Lucas from coming to the duel. The next day, Crew boasts that Lucas got scared and ran away and demands to be recognized as the new king. T-Rex says that he will fight for his friend. Crew orders his accomplices to attack T-Rex. The protagonist defeats them all, even though there are so many of them. After all, Lucas has trained him well. Crew himself prepares to fight. At this moment, Lucas appears in the valley. A fierce, hardcore and ruthless fight begins between him and Crew. Both dinosaurs are very strong, and it's hard to say who will win. While they are fighting, small dinosaur that got captured needs to be rescued. Kai distracts one of the dinosaurs and T-Rex is fighting with the other. Meanwhile, Rowan rescues the captives. The fight between Crew and Lucas continues. They fight, bite, knock each other down, but neither one of them wants to give up. Eventually, Crew understands that he can't win and retreats. The pterodactyl, Ben, arrives at the valley and says that the Green Valley has been captured by raptors. T-Rex understands that he needs to return home and restore order. He thanks Lucas for all his lessons and leaves the following morning. Meanwhile, the raptors torture more dinosaurs. They chase them to the edge of a cliff, but then T-Rex appears. The small hero is fully grown now, and the predators realize they can't defeat him. The raptors beg T-Rex to have mercy on them and promise to behave themselves. The protagonist demands that the predators take him to their boss. They meet on the very same cliff where his father died. A fierce fight begins between T-Rex and the leader of the raptors. The fight is even more ruthless than the one between Lucas and Crew. At first, T-Rex starts losing, but then he regains strength and keeps fighting. At this moment, a group of raptors shows up on the cliffs. They claim that they want to overthrow their leader and join the fight. Seems like the predators want to throw him off the cliff too. T-Rex is surprised at such a turn of events. Moreover, in the course of the fight, he learns that his father's death was an accident. The tyrannosaurus slipped off the edge of the cliff, and then the chief raptor wanted to save him, but he failed. Having learned this, T-Rex decides to help his opponent and fights the treacherous raptors with him. However, the opponents are too many, and eventually they push their leader off the cliff. T-Rex is forced to keep fighting alone. Hatred, anger and rage help him defeat all the enemies. Now, he is the rightful king of the valley.